When we think of India, we think of delicious hot curry, overpaid cricket players, and over-the-top musicals. We also think of the truly massive population of India, which is currently sitting at 1.4 billion people. That's a lot of curries. Much of the Indian countryside is used for agriculture to feed its massive population. This countryside is also host to the animals who once lived in peace before the habitat was repurposed for farming. These animals have adapted to their new habitat, especially the slithering ones. With humans comes agriculture, with agriculture comes rats, and with rats come snakes. Nearly 50,000 people die each year due to snake bites in India, and it's easy to see why. In this video, we are going to trigger your ophidiophobia by showing you India's top 10 most venomous snakes. Please like and subscribe. Let's go! Number 10. Andaman Pit Viper. If you don't know where the Andaman Islands are, you have nothing to worry about. We don't know either until we looked it up. The venomous Andaman pit viper is native to the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Common names include mangrove pit viper, purple spotted pit viper, and shore pit viper. They are highly venomous and are responsible for many fatalities caused by snake bites in Andaman and Nicobar. This species is nocturnal and terrestrial. Typically found on forest floors, woodland trails, gardens, and crossing roads, according to locals, this species is seen in the same location every night for weeks, unless it is disturbed. They primarily eat frogs and small rodents. They are vigilant at night, vibrate their tails when scared, and bite if provoked or stepped on. They grow up to 1.1 meters in length. Number 9. Hump-nosed Pit Viper. If you are snickering in the background when you hear its name, you need to grow up. Don't we all? The hump-nosed pit viper is an Indian and Sri Lankan endemic species of pit viper. The hump-nosed viper may be found in damp, thick vegetation, coffee plantations, and montane forests. The majority of time, these snakes coil themselves in leaf litter and shrubs and are highly adept at camouflage. Not surprisingly, these snakes are only known to display anger when provoked. Similar to rattlesnakes, they often vibrate their tails to express their irritation. In recent years, the species has acquired notoriety because of an increase in the number of fatal snake bites it has caused. This viper's venom is capable of causing capillary leak syndrome, a condition in which fluids and proteins escape from blood capillaries, leading to a fall in blood plasma level and very low blood pressure. In most cases, pit viper venom may be fatal within half a day if not treated immediately. It's not only cowboys who need to run when hearing a rattle. Number 8. Bamboo Pit Viper. This snake might not steal your heart with its amazing colors or deathly stare, but it may just save your life one day. In addition to jungles and forests, the bamboo pit viper also inhabits urban environments. It is arboreal and lives on vines, shrubs, and bamboo. This snake possesses a heat-detecting ability in addition to its venomous bite. The bamboo pit viper favors the cool conditions generated by thick forest or bamboo vegetation. Bamboo pit vipers are often found near streams, where they may find an abundance of small food. The dense vegetation offers the bamboo pit viper protection from its prey and predators, as well as from the unpredictable jungle weather. The majority of their diet consists of tiny rodents, reptiles, and amphibians. Typically, the juveniles hunt only frogs, utilizing their brightly colored tails as worm-like baits. As they mature, the snakes eat lizards and small animals like mice. Pit vipers are classed as ovoviparous, which means they give birth to fully developed little devil strings. Although some individuals may want to avoid any contact with snakes, we are fortunate to have pit vipers on Earth. Used as a key component in medicine, pit viper venom has recently been identified as an effective weapon against high blood pressure. Told you it might save your life one day. Number 7. Banded Krait. These snakes look like some weird colored candy cane, but this candy cane isn't one you would want to eat. The banded krait is one of the largest krait species found in India. Its black-yellow crisscross bands are immediately recognizable. The banded krait is one of the most venomous snakes on the planet. The distribution of the banded krait is widespread across Southeast Asia. Forests, open plains, agricultural areas, and plantations up to a height of around 1,500 meters are their most typical ecosystems. They are often seen near termite mounds or rodent burrows near water. The venom immediately targets the nervous system. Bleeding, disorientation, stomach discomfort, vomiting, diarrhea, paralysis, and even kidney failure are among the most prevalent symptoms. If the victim receives a sufficient amount of venom, respiratory failure may result in death in rare cases. Fortunately, anti-venom is typically sufficient to prevent the worst of these symptoms. Number 6. Spectacled Cobra. Anyone who grew up watching Disney movies will be familiar with this snake. These snakes, in baskets swaying to the music of a flute, are ingrained in all our minds. Fun fact, they can't hear a thing. The spectacled cobra is a snake of moderate size and heavy build. This type of cobra is readily distinguished by its unusually broad and imposing hood, which it grows when it feels threatened. Numerous specimens have a hood mark. This hood marking is found at the back of the hood of the spectacled cobra. When the hood mark is present, it consists of two circular ocelli patterns joined by a curving line, evoking the picture of spectacles. Within its geographical range, the spectacled cobra occupies a diverse array of environments. It may be found in thick or open woods, plains, agricultural regions, rocky terrain, marshes, and densely inhabited urban areas, such as villages and city outskirts. The venom of the Indian cobra comprises a potent postsynaptic neurotoxin and a cardiotoxin. The venom works by paralyzing muscles and causing respiratory failure or cardiac death in severe bites. Symptoms of envenomation may emerge between 15 minutes and 2 hours after a bite. Number 5. Indian krait. The common krait is a highly venomous Indian snake. It is one of the big 4 species responsible for the most human snake bites in Bangladesh and India. Albino specimens have been found, although they are rare. Common kraits are solitary and may be active at any time of day or night. Throughout the day, they are often lethargic and submissive. At night, common kraits are quite active and flee by hissing loudly, sometimes biting their aggressors. When irritated, they coil up, concealing their heads and flattening their bodies and making jerky motions. Common kraits are hesitant to bite, but when they do, they often maintain a bite for an extended period, allowing them to inject large quantities of venom. They account for the second most snake bites in India. Common kraits are carnivores that mostly consume other snakes, such as blind worms and juvenile kraits. If killing thousands of people isn't enough, they eat their kids too. No Mother's Day cards are being handed out among these snakes. A few symptoms of the bite include tightening of the facial muscles within 1 to 2 hours and an inability to see or speak. If left untreated, the patient may die within 4 to 5 hours from respiratory paralysis. Untreated death rates range between 70 and 80%. The common krait is responsible for more than half of all snakebite fatalities in Bangladesh. Number 4. Yellow-lipped sea krait. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water, oh, that's for another killer animal, or maybe not. India's snakes are so intent on killing us, they even live in the sea. The yellow-lipped sea krait, also known as the banded sea krait or colubrine sea krait, is a species of venomous sea snake found in the tropical oceanic waters of the Indo-Pacific. The snake has black stripes and a yellow snout, and its tail is paddle-shaped for swimming. It hunts underwater for the majority of its time, but returns to land to digest food, rest, and breed. It utilizes its very strong neurotoxic venom to hunt eels and tiny fish. Due to its attraction to land, the yellow-tipped sea krait often encounters humans, but it is not aggressive and will only strike when it feels threatened. Before death, large amounts of venom cause drowsiness, paralysis of the muscles, and convulsions all at once. Number 3. Saw-scaled viper. The saw-scaled viper is one of the big 4 snakes in India, the others being the Indian cobra, common krait, and Russell's viper, which account for the highest number of fatal snake bites. Saw-scaled vipers are among the most dangerous venomous snakes on the planet. These snakes, often known as carpet vipers, are slow-moving yet remarkably alert. The size of saw-scaled vipers are quite small. A long viper may reach 90 centimeters in length, whereas a small viper might reach 30 centimeters. They move utilizing a sideways crawling style. Only one side of a viper's body moves laterally, while the other side stays immobile and is lifted. The relatively lengthy fangs of the saw-scaled viper may be folded in the mouth when not in use. Throughout the viper's lifetime, new fangs sprout in the rear of its mouth to replace the old ones. When it feels threatened, it develops counterlooped C-shaped coils. When its saw-like scales brush against one another, a frightening and harsh sound is produced, rasping like a saw. Whenever it is agitated, it stridulates more quickly and loudly. Saw-scaled vipers are found in arid regions or dry savannas, in sandy, rocky, or shrubby areas. They enter villages and fields in pursuit of mice, resulting in a high incidence of snake bites. Out of all the species of saw-scale vipers, the Indian species is regarded as the most dangerous species, accounting for more than half of the deaths caused by all snakes on the Indian subcontinent. Their venom is cytotoxic and hemotoxic, which inhibits the blood clotting process and damages bodily tissue. It is slower than other varieties of venom. In certain situations, it may also result in the irreversible damage or loss of an organ. Number 2. Russell's viper. What do you think of when you think of the name Russell? Your neighbor's Cocker Spaniel? An actor who once took on the Roman Empire and then let himself go? Or a seemingly insane comedian who is actually a genius? Most Russells we know are pretty harmless. This Russell isn't. This snake is said to be the most lethal in the world. Russell's vipers are responsible for almost 80% of recorded snake attacks in Burma and a massive number of attacks and deaths in India. The snake is also known by the title 7 pacers, which is the number of steps you will take before death. Russell's viper is not just one of the largest snakes in India, but it is also responsible for the majority of fatal snake bites. As a result of India's enormous population, the snake's environment has been destroyed, and it now often interacts with people. Russell's viper, unlike other vipers, is an exceptionally aggressive snake. We've got to number 1, and as always, we leave the best for last. This snake is the king of all snakes, not only because of its size, but because, well, they're the kings. Number 1. King Cobra. The king cobra is the world's longest venomous snake. The king, also known as Hamadryad, holds the record for the longest venomous snake at 7.3 meters. The immense length of the king cobra does not restrict its elasticity. It is essentially a slender snake with a remarkable capacity to elevate a third of its body and continue striking and hissing while moving forward. It will readily stand and stare you directly in the eyes. When it feels threatened, the king cobra will extend its hood and release a horrifying hiss, revealing its bronze eyes. This sound alone will deter the majority of the cobra's foes. The majority of king cobra's venom consists of neurotoxins. These toxins assault the central nervous system with ferocity. With a single lethal bite, the king may inject a tremendous quantity of venom into its target. The dosages vary between 2 and 500 milligrams, and sometimes much higher. Extreme pain, vertigo, and paralysis or a coma may be involved. The following stage is respiratory failure, followed by death. A king cobra bite may result in death within 30 minutes. One bite might kill nearly 20 men. There are accounts of king cobras killing elephants within a few hours. It is stated that the king cobra is more intelligent, active, and vigilant than any other snake on Earth. It responds instantly and impressively to motion by raising 1/3 of its body and concentrating on the source of the activity. It is claimed that captive king cobras recognize their caretakers and behave submissively since they are fed by them. King cobras are perhaps one of the smartest reptiles. According to several zoo personnel, the king is one of the most accomplished escape artists in the animal kingdom. Apparently, there have been hundreds of instances in which king cobras use their intelligence to escape captivity. King cobras are vicious serpentivores. They will pursue and consume every kind of snake that crosses their path. Small pythons and rat snakes are their favorites, but the king will also consume other venomous and dangerous snakes. They have been known to consume other cobras. When no snakes are available, the king will often pursue small animals, lizards, and birds. King cobras are the only snakes that construct actual nests for their eggs. Lethal, and good moms too. So there you have it. India's top 10 most venomous snakes and the worst things that can happen to you after being bitten by one. Although snakes instill a primordial fear in humans, they play a crucial part in the ecosystems they live in. Who else is going to keep those little four-legged mammals in check? Watch these videos for more. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.